Well, most of us will never be famous like anthropologist Jane Goodall or Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak, but we could probably benefit from adopting a growth mindset that these big timers use.
For about 40 years, Guy Kawasaki has worked at companies like Mercedes, Apple, and Google, and he interviewed more than 200 extraordinary people who have used that growth mindset to overcome obstacles, and he shares the insights in Think Remarkable, 9 Paths to Transform Your Life and Make a Difference, and he joins us now. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me. I love the thing about the chocolate, the candies.
Oh, yeah, we have a fun time here. But you know what's better than getting sweets in the office is pay and benefits. Why isn't that a good enough motivator?
It's only 7:38 and I'm hungry already.
I know. So your job was to motivate people at a lot of these companies in creativity and productivity. Why do they need someone like you to come into a company? As Larry mentioned, isn't money a good enough motivator?
Well, I mean, as you can imagine, not every company has its act together. And so I wanted to provide a little inspiration and information for people who may be in organizations that could use a little, help. And I interviewed about 250 remarkable people, including Jane Goodall, Stacey Abrams, Stephen Wolfram from your neck of the woods, Angela Duckworth. And these are the experts in growth and grit and grace and all these kinds of mindsets that enable people to make a difference and be remarkable.
So did any of these people say something to you that was completely counterintuitive in your mind, something that surprised you?
I don't know about that. That's a high bar, completely counterintuitive. But, over and over again, these themes emerged about if you want to make a difference, you have to have a growth mindset. And then you have to be willing to put in the time. That's the grit mindset. I would say that one surprising thing over the course of 5 years of doing these interviews is that the people who truly were remarkable, they entered a third phase of their life. So they go from growth to grit, and then they turn to grace. And grace means that you're paying back society. It's kind of a noblesse concept that you owe something back to society for being successful and being fortunate.
What do you say to the average person who's just slugging along, working at a job that doesn't seem like it's getting anywhere? How do you make yourself stand out? Do you stick with that job that it seems like a dead end and try and make something happen, or do you get out and do something else?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any single solution to that issue. I have noticed as I've gotten older and older that oftentimes the grass is not greener. And what you should do is fertilize and water the grass you're standing on, because brown grass can turn green. So I think it's important that people make this kind of decision. Now, I don't want to give the impression that in order to be remarkable, you have to be a Jane Goodall or a Steve Jobs or a Stephen Wolfram. You can be remarkable and make a difference to one person, one classroom, one team, if you're an ecologist, one stream. And my podcast is called Remarkable People, not rich people, not famous people. So this is about people who have made a difference.
All right, let me pick one here. It says, pursue interests before passions. Why would that be?
I think that the P word, passions, sets too high a bar, too much expectations. It's like saying, you're going to find this thing one day. It's going to be love at first sight. You're going to be instantly good at it. You're going to pursue it the rest of your life. So if you have that misinformation in your brain, you're like constantly looking for this magic moment. And what I think is more accurate in life is that there are lots of interests that pop up into your life, and you should scratch these itches, because some of these interests may become passions. But to have the expectation that it's instant, permanent love I think it's misleading. So you should collect a lot of data. You should do a lot of sampling, pursue a lot of interest before you decide on your passion.
Interesting. Well, the book is called Think Remarkable. You can find Guy on all the socials. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.